Greetings everyone, I present to you today a very fine instrument with a beautiful sound, and that is the accordion. Now this is quite an old accordion. I got it at the flea market, but it still is in well condition with some minor exceptions. For instance, this G sharp and A sharp do not function properly, or at all. This one makes a very faint sound, sometimes none at all, and this one doesn't make any sound. That note you're hearing there is actually this note, which for some reason goes off once I press on this key. Now, the ancestor of the accordion is this, sometimes called the mouth harp. It's a harmonica. You blow into it, and a set of reeds inside vibrate. Now, think of it like this. A clarinet has a little thing at the mouthpiece called a reed. And what a reed does is when you blow air into it, it vibrates back and forth. Now, take that reed, make it several different sizes so it makes different pitches. And after you have reeds with different pitches, you make them out of metal and shove them into this little thing. Eventually you get a harmonica. Now, many years after the harmonica was invented, you take it, make it really big, and then block the air that allows the reeds to vibrate and only allow air to pass once a little chamber lets the air through with the hit of one of these keys. Eventually, you essentially have a really big harmonica that can play several notes at once. I've actually used this harmonica to write a piece of a song, which uses A minor and C. Now the song isn't quite finished yet, but if you do want to see that song, once it is finished, I'll leave a link to it down in the description. It starts off with a 12-string guitar, but we're not talking about 12-string guitars today, we're talking about this accordion. So that's about all the facts I have for the accordion. Like I said, these keys don't work. This is for the bass range. I don't know how to control these very well. As far as I'm aware, a bunch of reeds fell out of this place. A bunch of reeds also fell out of this place, which made it not sound as full. It took away some volume, dimensions, and stuff like that. So I did the effort of fixing some of the keys by lifting up these pins and putting the reeds back into place. With super glue, however, you're supposed to use wax, but I didn't have any wax, so I used super glue. This C key up here originally didn't work. Now it works, but it only works if you move it this way. It does not work the other way around. Oh, wrong one. This one. Now, without pressing any of the keys, the air essentially has nowhere to go. So if you want the air to have an easier way to leave the accordion, there is a little escape button right here that you press. Now this doesn't go to any reed. Instead, it lets the air out and vents it. That way, if you wanted to play one way, you could. Hold on. Like this. It's essentially a fast way to let all the air out so you don't have to go and wait all that time for the air to get out. So let's go up the scale a little bit. Let's see. We have C. We have D, E, F, G, A, A, B, and C. This is C above the octave of this C. And this continues on till you finish the accordion, and of course these buttons don't work, so you can't get some of the notes that would require these buttons. But it's mostly fully functional. With all these chords, there's also minor versions of these chords. For instance, C has C minor, D has D minor, E, E minor, F, F minor, G, G minor, A minor, B, B minor, and once again C, and C minor. Now, I am still quite new to the accordion, therefore I cannot play professionally, although I do play piano and keyboarded instruments. Therefore, I understand the way this accordion works and can play a little bit on it. Now, there's also different types of accordions. There's accordions with buttons instead of the keyboard, which I don't quite understand how they work, and I don't understand which buttons do which notes. But I do plan on getting one day. In fact, soon. I should be getting one in around a month. A month to 2 months, I should be getting a button accordion. I've been told that they work a different way, that one way makes a different pitch the other way, which is not the case for this accordion. For this accordion, it has things that stop the reed so it doesn't make 2 different pitches. But with the harmonica, if you blow out, it does a pitch, and you blow in, it does a higher pitch. The accordion stops that with little things that block the ear. But as far as I'm aware, the button accordion doesn't do that. Therefore, it's more complex. But with that out of the way, I guess that concludes our video explaining the accordion. And one day I will hopefully play this for you with great complexity. See ya.